This is not the church of Joseph Smith. I bless you with a desire to repent.
Alright, Travis Wayne Goodsell. I was hoping to go take a nap because I ended up waking up early because it was too hot. But I'm finding myself needing to do a news coverage from last night's news on ABC4 News Utah's YouTube channel. I'm trying to use paper from the binder that I have to take notes instead of using the post-it notes, because as you can see it's running low and I only have one other color than pink left, and I want to preserve the pink. Save the pink! And then as you can see, they're just collecting up in this binder here, because I don't get to everything that I would like to. And so, yeah, I had a big note thing to do on mental health services and the scam that they're pulling on us during coronavirus, but they've been building up to this moment. I don't think I'm going to do a video on that though, but just understand that they're a brainwashing scam. That's to simply define it for you. And like I said, I can go over the whole details of how they're predators preying on the weaknesses of mankind, and if they come across somebody who doesn't have a weakness, they then cause a weakness so that they can justify preying on them. So ABC4 News Utah brought back the blocks, and again they don't know their alphabet, so it's just, I guess they're mocking me, but they made an observation that they were wise to recognize, because most people would say, yeah, child abuse numbers are down, woo, we're number one, but no, it's because kids have nowhere to call for help. No other adults outside of homes, because everybody's stuck at home now, can see the abuse that's going on in the homes. And so I fear, especially here in Utah, that child abuse is on the rise. And we're not going to learn about all of these atrocities until after we are able to go free, or when the bodies start stinking up the place. And so, yeah, A, C, B, and then B-A, they can't do it. And then they only did one drone diary. They went back to the drone diaries. It's a great historical reference for future, when we all look back on this year and the coronavirus, the damaging impact that it had on our state. So it would be nice if other states were doing this same type of thing. I hope they are. Amazon still employing people, and so more coronaviruses are confirmed at that place. The Postal Service is still working, and so they're on the front lines of danger. Report is, as I've reported previously, they're in jeopardy of going out of business. Yesterday, the Postal Service sent out a more thorough, normally they look for carriers, but this time they're looking for clerks, custodians, and more. So they're getting hit hard for them to be handing out flyers for job opportunities. But this is not the time to do it. And gotta wait until this goes away. That's the problem with this. But ABC 4 News Utah is not recognizing and not acknowledging the fault of our government, the fault of the church, fault of businesses during this crisis, as they're trying to show positive news clips about how the community is stepping up in spotted areas. And so you think, if they're covering this one, okay, they're showing love to assisted living centers, and so okay, I don't have to worry anymore. I can just sit back and relax and not do anything, not lift a finger. And nursing home restrictions, and Mountain Star Hospital, the community is supporting, and so you think everything's fine until you look at the bigger picture. The news is only narrowly focusing, but they're making it a bigger deal than it actually is. Again, when you look at the total population of Utah, it's 3 million. It's over 3 million, but 3 million. And so when you hear of an assisted living apartment building, and it looks huge, lots of people, right? In comparison with 3 million, it's nothing. And so it's great that their community is stepping up when the church failed, when businesses failed, when the government failed them. That's the real story that's going on, and ABC 4 News Utah is not covering that story because they're beholden to the government, to businesses, to the church, and they don't dare speak out against them. But they're the ones to blame. And if this is what happens during a crisis, that citizens have to step up and save people, when those who are in the positions of trust, power, and authority have failed us, then we've got a severe crisis on our hands, far beyond what this news is even reporting with statistical numbers. Seriously, nobody's going to be making a chili relleno burrito during this crisis. And so yeah, Red Cross also are being exposed during this time, when they need blood and they need plasma to help fight the problems, but again, in order to do so, they've got to risk exposure. So, but here, experts say, beware of scammers, and the scammers are your government, your religion, your businesses, as they are all looking to take advantage of you through financial exploitation, as well as neglect and abandonment. They're in the positions of power and authority and trust. Their job is to protect us during this crisis, and they've failed us. It's not complicated. And so, yeah, again, to go back to psychiatrists, them too. They're predators during this time of crisis. And yeah, free phone call, Travis. It's free. Yeah, but guess what they do? They hook you. They addict you to them. They make you dependent on them. That's the predatory nature of psychiatry, therapy, and counseling, the whole field. That's the danger that they pose, as they are wolves in sheep's clothing. Oh, we're here to help you. Oh, you're weak? We'll help you. Here's a drug. So yeah, like I said, I've got a lot to talk about that issue, but I'm not going to do that video. So just understand, guys, we're all being scammed, all right. But it's not from, well, it is, but it's also from those who are in positions of the media, the government, religion, and business. As the businesses are crumbling. The food stores are losing their people, their employees. And what are we going to do when there are no employees to run the grocery stores? Again, they should have closed the grocery stores and turned them into distribution centers where they actively go out and give care packages to everybody in their neighborhood. They just failed us. Everybody failed us. And it's an extermination of mankind. It's not complicated to see. I mean, you don't have this big of a failure in what was supposed to be a first world country. Other countries are getting it under control, and yet we're not. We're still worse. They're exterminating us.